All right. Well, hey everyone. This is Cameron, and I am joined here with Biana Valiente and Rachel Price. Hey, you two. How's it going?
Hi,
Good.
good.
Awesome. And these two have been super gracious and willing to have a little conversation with me about Faithful Friends. If you don't know Faithful Friends, hopefully you do, but it's one of Door of Hope Northeast's as well as Door of Hope Southeast's kind of formal ministry partners. And the goal for this time is just to give you a little bit of a window into what they do, and just the immense value they bring to our city, and to let you know how you can be involved if you find yourself so led. To give you just the quickest overview possible, this is directly from their website. Faithful Friends is a faith-based mentoring program that provides children support and stability through a loving, consistent adult volunteer mentor in their own community. A Faithful Friends mentor serves as a trusted friend and guide to a kid for at least 1 year, building a relationship based on trust, mutuality, and acceptance. So there you go. That may be a little wordy, but I'm joined with two wonderful people who've been involved with Faithful Friends. How long have you two been together?
I think it's almost 6 years.
Awesome. Well, we just want to kind of dive into your relationship a little bit, to kind of be a lens for us into Faithful Friends. Rachel, what do you remember about when you and Biana first met some 6 years ago?
Yeah, I remember I was really nervous because I wanted her to like me. And I was like, I hadn't been around a 9-year-old, like that specific age, very often. I was like, I volunteer in the nursery and stuff. And I babysat kids when I was really young, but so I was kind of like, man, what am I going to talk to a 9-year-old about? Like, I'm just like so out of the loop. So I remember driving to pick her up for the first time being like, what am I doing? But then she was super sweet and really, really shy. So and I was like, oh, wow, I got like a really good kid. Like, she's just so sweet. And you could tell, like, I could kind of tell she liked me, I think, but I wasn't sure.
Hang on. Let's fact check this. Biana, did you in fact like Rachel when you first met
Yeah,
her?
I did.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Okay.
100% sure.
Okay, good. Well, now we know. But we went to the park, and I remember it was really hot, and we had just a super fun time. Like, we threw around the frisbee and just like walked around and played on the play equipment, and it was really fun. And it passed in an instant, and I was like, awesome. That was my first memory. Yeah.
Awesome. Do you remember anything specific about that first time y'all met, Biana? It's been years.
Uh, I remember that I was really nervous because, like Rachel said, I was a really shy kid, and it was like one of the first times that I went out with like an adult that was a stranger to me, and
Hmm.
not like a family friend or anything. But yeah, I felt comfortable with Rachel, and our friendship and relationship developed quickly.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I want to talk about that, Biana. Like, how would you describe the relationship you've had with Rachel over these past 6 or so years? Like, what's that friendship been like for you?
It's been great. Like, honestly, I wouldn't ask for anybody else. Like, I'm really glad that I got Rachel. She's an awesome person.
That's
And
awesome.
we text, and well, now that it's COVID, it's more texting than hanging out. But I've had really cool times out with her. Like, we went skiing, and I tried skiing for the first time. I tried Indian food for the first time with Rachel. And so
Awesome.
I've had like a lot of new experiences with her. It's been cool.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Rachel, I guess similar question, but from your angle, like what's your relationship with Biana meant to you?
Yeah. I think it's just been really, really special. And she's such a unique person and like such a wonderful person I wouldn't have met if I hadn't have done this. And now my husband Luke and I are her godparents. So like just that's so amazing to me
That's
to know
amazing.
like I've committed to her and just that I'm there for her through the rest of, my life is my plan. So I think having a long-term friend now in my life that I can see, and I just feel really honored to have this friendship and to have her trust me the way that she did 6 years ago and let me keep hanging out with her. And she's just taught me so much. She's so humble and kind, and her family is wonderful, and they've let me in as well. So yeah, I mean, having relationships with people is, there's nothing like it in life. So to have this one special relationship with a younger person has been awesome for me. So it's been wonderful.
Awesome. Well, I want to hear from both of you on this one, but um, for each of you, would you say there's any way in which kind of your relationship, your time together has changed you? Might be kind of a deep question, but let's throw it out there.
I think one way that this relationship has changed me is that I've become a person who's like more curious and more open to new things. Like we've said this already that I was a really shy person, and now sometimes I need to get stopped from talking a lot. And so I think that it's good for a bunch of kids, like even if they're a kid that's already open, maybe having a relationship with an adult that is not family is really good. And so like, I don't know.
It's a great answer.
Yeah, that's really sweet. Yeah, and I think that was just an aside note. I think that was has been one of the greatest like joys of our relationship is seeing her grow into her own person and become more and more confident and like, I don't know, just, go for hard things in life, like going to St. Andrews and getting into St. Mary's and like taking her first communion. Like you've taken so many steps, like big life steps that are hard and take effort. And just like from the really shy person that I met, seeing someone's personal growth, like from kid to adult, is insanely rewarding. And I think there's something special when you can just be friends. Like you don't have to be the parent, you don't have to be the teacher. Like you just get to hang out, and I get to be a part of the fun stuff, which was so great. To answer your other question, though, I think similarly to Biana, how this relationship has changed me. I think it's grown me like, I don't know, just having more like compassion and understanding for other people, like other cultures. Like I didn't, like Biana's always been so gracious with me. I don't speak Spanish, like same with her family, but just being around a family that's not just like your family, and having them welcome you and vice versa. Like there's something I think life changing about that, is feeling like your family with someone else, being extended that grace and then extending it. So that's something that's really softened me and has been really life changing.
Awesome. One final question. What would each of you say to someone maybe listening to this conversation who is thinking about maybe becoming a mentor with Faithful Friends? Maybe they're on the fence. What would you say?
Yeah, I'll start. I think what I would say to someone who was considering this, maybe feeling called or nudged in this direction, I would say if you're feeling called at all, follow that call, because I haven't ever had a ministry opportunity like this presented to me before Faithful Friends. And I think it's really hard to find an opportunity that builds the relationship like this does. Like there's so many things where you can go in and, you know, serve one time and then it's over. And Faithful Friends is so awesome because if you develop a relationship with someone like I have with Biana, that can be a forever thing where you're getting to love someone else like forever, which is pretty amazing. So I would encourage you to go for it, because like Biana said, kids need friends in their life, and it's really powerful to have an adult that's pushing for you and cheering for you and wanting you to succeed. I had someone like that as a young person, which was one of the reasons why I wanted to do this. But yeah, I think it's powerful. And I think if every kid had a mentor, I think our world would change.
Mm.
Just every kid deserves to be loved by as many people as possible, I think. So yeah, do it.
I would say just go for it. Like, don't be afraid. Don't worry about it. Just, I don't know, take the opportunity. It's handed to you. So like, just go ahead.
All right. Well, obviously this is just a tiny little glimpse into your friendship and the time you guys have spent together. But thank you so much for being willing to talk about it with me and for the people of our church. Yeah, it's an honor to get to hear from you too. So thank you so much for your time. And if anybody is listening to this and you want more information about Faithful Friends, feel free to email me. They're always doing kind of new orientations for potential mentors where you can get more information, take the next step. But we just deeply believe in what they do, and any way that you want to get involved, I'd be happy to make that connection for you. So with that, I guess we will say goodbye. Thanks again, you two.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Biana.
Bye.
See ya.